And we're speeding along in David Fincher's filmography. We've already talked about Panic Room, Seven, The Game, Fight Club, and Zodiac, and now we're going to talk about The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Not quite his best movie. Now right off the bat, I do like this movie. I actually do like this movie, and I think it's a pretty good film. It's not David Fincher's best film, though, and it's really easy to compare it to his other films negatively because of that. This is a very different movie for him. It was his first PG-13 movie. It's not a serial killer movie. It's not a darkly violent movie. It's a movie about a man who's aging backwards, played by Brad Pitt. When he's born as a baby, he's a little wrinkly old prune, and as he gets older, he actually gets younger, and he turns into the good-looking Brad Pitt, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're looking pretty good there. You're looking pretty good. So a lot of people are trying to catch up with this. They don't really understand what's going on. And Benjamin Button as a character doesn't really understand either because he is obviously completely different. And that's one of the best parts of The Curious Case of Benjamin Button is the fact that as you watch the movie, you're able to live a very odd life through this guy. And as a character, he's constantly changing so differently. And it's cool to see him figure out how to live in reverse. It's a really cool play on how we actually live. Of course, it's a David Fincher movie. I've said this 1,000 times in the past week. If David Fincher is directing a movie, it's going to look technically perfect. The visual effects and the makeup are extremely important to make this movie work, and they are excellent. They really sell the character. They really sold the location. They did a fantastic job with the time period as well. Cate Blanchett plays the love interest in this film, and she's a bit of a selfish little brat sometimes. And she does a really good job playing that character. I suppose my main issue with this movie is that I just am not that into the characters and the story. I've already praised the character of Benjamin Button, but he's really the only character in this movie that I really care about watching. The rest kind of just feel like things that come into his life and then come out of his life. It was sort of like Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump. There was a lot of different characters that came in and out of Forrest Gump's life. You see him grow, you see him explore, you see him learn all different types of things about life. It's similar with Benjamin Button because he has a lot of different characters that come in and out of his life really quickly, but you don't really get the sense that he is growing much from these interactions like you did in Forrest Gump. And not to compare it too much to that film, but there are some similarities in that way. And since while the main central story is interesting and it's different and it's kind of cool to see all the different technical things they're able to do, I didn't care that much about the other characters in this movie, and thus I didn't really care as much as I should about Benjamin Button's story. It wasn't as interesting as it could be, it wasn't as witty as it could be, but I still do enjoy watching this movie because of how good it looks, because of Brad Pitt's performance, and because of the mind-blowing special effects. And for that reason, I'm going to give The Curious Case of Benjamin Button a B. I don't think it's a bad movie. It is, however, my least favorite David Fincher film, except for Alien 3. So guys, stay tuned to my channel, because pretty soon I'm going to have my review for The Social Network up. I am speeding through these reviews. My week in LA really put me behind. Let's do this. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.